If you move here believing the brochure, you are going to get crushed. So today I'm going to give you the real version, not the real estate agent version, not the influencer version, the reality. We're going to talk about the culture shock, the cost of living, the banking nightmare, and the one strategy you need to actually win here. So if you're thinking about Panama, do not move until you watch this entire video. Panama runs on a territorial tax system. That means they generally tax money earned inside Panama, but not money earned outside Panama. So if you have an online business, consulting clients in the US or Europe, remote work income, international investments, that income can potentially be taxed at 0%. So here's the truth. Panama is a filter. It filters out people who want easy, and it keeps people who want freedom. Because freedom has friction. Freedom has paperwork, bureaucracy, and delays. But the reward is that you can build a life where you keep more of what you earn. You reduce exposure, you increase options, and you stop depending on a system that can change the rules overnight. Thinking of moving to Panama? Don't move until you know this. Panama, the hub of the Americas, the land of skyscrapers, the canal, and that magical phrase everybody loves, territorial tax. If you've been watching YouTube or scrolling Instagram, Panama looks like a cheat code. High-rise towers in Punta Pacifica, beaches, ceviche, coconuts, people retiring at 32. And the pitch is always the same. Move to Panama, live like a king on $1,000 a month, and pay 0 taxes. Relax while your crypto portfolio goes to the moon. Now listen, I love Panama. I've built my life and my business around what this country offers. But I'm going to say something that most people won't say out loud. If you move here believing the brochure, you are going to get crushed. I see it every month. People land at Tucumán Airport with their suitcases and their dreams. And within 6 months, they're back on a plane home, angry, broke, complaining that nothing works. Because Panama is not a simple paradise. Panama is an opportunity. And if you know how to use the opportunity, it can make you wealthy and free. But if you don't, it will drive you insane. So today, I'm going to give you the real version, not the real estate agent version, not the influencer version, the reality. We're going to talk about the culture shock, the cost of living, the banking nightmare, and the one strategy you need to actually win here. So if you're thinking about Panama, do not move until you watch this entire video. Let's go. First question, and this is the most important question. Are you type A? Do you need things to happen now? Do you expect the plumber to show up at exactly 9 a.m.? Do you expect an email to be answered today? Do you expect Amazon to deliver to your door in 24 hours? If yes, Panama might break you, because this is Latin America. Things move on what I call Latin time. And you'll hear this word a lot, mañana. But here's the funny part. Mañana doesn't mean tomorrow. It means not today. And if you try to fight that, you're going to lose. I've had clients come here from New York, London, Toronto, Frankfurt, places where everything is efficient. You send a document, you get a response. You pay a fee, you get results. Then they arrive in Panama and they try to force their pace on the country. And you can see it in their eyes. They're stressed out by day 3. They're angry by week 2. They're losing their mind by month 1 because they'll email a bank and it takes 2 weeks to reply. They'll hire a lawyer and the lawyer shows up late. They'll try to get a document signed and the office says, come back next week. And here's the truth. You can't change Panama. Panama changes you. So if you're coming here to run a high-speed business that depends on local logistics, deliveries, workers, government timing, good luck. You better have systems. You better have patience. But if you're a digital entrepreneur, if you work online, if you just want to live somewhere peaceful and be left alone, Panama's amazing. You just have to understand the deal. The inefficiency is the price of admission. It's the tax you pay for the freedom. So here's the rule. If you need speed, don't make Panama your daily life. Use Panama as a paper base. We'll talk about what that means later, but for now, reality check number 2. I call this one the Panama is cheap myth. This is the biggest lie on the internet. Panama is cheap. Let me be very clear. Panama can be affordable and even a great value, especially if you move to the interior, live in a small town, eat rice and beans, and live like a local. Yeah, you could survive on $1,500 a month. But here's the issue. You're not a local, you're an expat. And expats live differently. You want air conditioning, because here's the secret. AC is not optional in most of Panama. You want imported food because you like cheddar cheese, Spanish wine, and Argentinian beef. You want to live in a modern tower, or a safe neighborhood, or a gated community. And that lifestyle is not cheap in Panama. It's what I call the expat bubble. And in the expat bubble, Panama City can approach Miami prices. Rent has gone up. And electricity is expensive because AC runs all day. A night out in Costco Viejo, you can pay New York prices for cocktails. Groceries, if you buy imported US brands, you pay a premium. So don't come here thinking, I'm going to slash my cost of living to nothing. No, you come here to arbitrage something else, your taxes. This is the part people don't understand. If you save $100,000 a year in taxes, who cares if your rent's $3,000 a month? You're still winning. But if you're broke and you're looking for a discount lifestyle, Panama is not the best move. You might be better in Paraguay, Thailand, Bali, or even parts of Mexico. Panama is for people who want first world infrastructure inside Latin America. And that combination is powerful, but you pay for it. So the right mindset is, Panama is not a cheap country. Panama is a strategic country. And speaking of strategy, we have to talk about the big problem, the one that ruins most people's plans. This is the one where most people get blindsided because they think Panama is like the offshore Wild West, like it's still the 1980s. You can just walk into a bank smiling with a suitcase of cash and open an account. No, absolutely not. After the Panama Papers, this country went into compliance mode, hardcore. And today, Panama is one of the strictest jurisdictions on earth for banking compliance. Opening a bank account here is harder than getting into Harvard. They want everything. Where did the money come from? Show us your tax returns, source of income. Show us your business, show us your contracts. Prove your connection to Panama. And here's what people don't realize. If you show up as a tourist and try to open up a bank account, they will laugh you out of the building. You need residency, structure, a real profile, and connections. Because without that, you're just a random foreigner with money and no reason to be here. And to the bank, that equals risk. So what's the solution? You don't wing it. You don't arrive and hope it works out. You build the correct setup first. This is why we talk about structures, because a structure gives you identity. It gives you legitimacy. It gives you a reason to bank. And when you do it right, the same system that rejects people starts welcoming you. And this is the part that changes everything. Without structure, you're a tourist. With structure, you're an investor. Without structure, you're a compliance nightmare. With structure, you're someone the bank wants. because you look serious and organized. So if you're thinking of moving to Panama and your plan is, I'll just arrive, open a bank account, stop. Do not do that, because banking delays destroy momentum. They destroy businesses. They destroy your peace. And that's why so many people leave within 6 months. Not because Panama is bad, because they came without a plan. Now, I've hit you with 3 harsh truths. The culture is slow, the expat lifestyle isn't cheap, and banking is strict. So you might ask, why do I still recommend Panama? Why am I still here? Because the upside is insane if you play it correctly. Here's the key. Panama is not a lifestyle play first. It's a strategy play. And the best way to use Panama is what I call the paper-based strategy. Let me explain. Panama runs on a territorial tax system. That means they generally tax money earned inside Panama, but not money earned outside Panama. So if you have an online business, consulting clients in the US or Europe, remote work income, international investments, that income can potentially be taxed at 0% locally. And that's why Panama matters. Not because it's cheap, because it gives you a legitimate framework to keep more of what you earn. Now here's the next level. You don't need to live here 365 days a year. Once you have residency, you can maintain it with minimal physical presence, meaning Panama becomes your home base on paper. While you travel the world, you get a legal home base, a banking plan, a residency strategy, a structure for your business. But you don't have to be stuck in traffic every day. You don't have to endure the humidity 24/7. We have clients who do 3 months in Europe, 3 months in the US, 3 months in Colombia, and 3 months somewhere else. And the whole time, your foundation stays stable. Your residency stays active. Your strategy stays intact. This is why Panama is so powerful. It's not a runaway to paradise plan. It's a leverage plan. It's a plan B that can become your plan A whenever you need it. And in a world, we're moving into having a plan B combined with structure is not optional. So here's the truth. Panama is a filter. It filters out people who want easy, and it keeps people who want freedom. Because freedom has friction. Freedom has paperwork, bureaucracy, and delays. But the reward is that you can build a life where you keep more of what you earn. You reduce exposure, you increase options, and you stop depending on a system that can change the rules overnight. But you can't do this by guessing. You need a roadmap. You need to know which lawyers are real, which banks are workable, what documents matter, what structures protect you, and how to set everything up correctly the first time. Because Panama is not forgiving to sloppy execution. Do it wrong and you waste 6 months. Do it right and you win for years. So let me wrap this up. If you're thinking about Panama, don't buy a plane ticket first. Buy a plan first. Don't move here for the fantasy. Move here for the strategy. Respect the culture. Respect the system. And set up your banking and legal structure before you arrive. That's how you win here. And if you want help doing it the smart way, that's what we do. We don't just sell visas. We build what I call a freedom infrastructure, residency, foundations, banking setup, corporate structure, a complete system so you can actually use Panama properly. So if you're serious about moving to Panama or building a Panama paper base, click the link in the description. Book a 15-minute call. We'll look at your situation and tell you honestly if Panama is right for you or if you're better off somewhere else. Either way, you'll leave with clarity. Do it the smart way. Do it the Jerz way. I'll see you in the next video.